Welcome back to episode 1 of the Film Room. As stated previously, WBNY and BSCTV banned me because I'm discredited in media. Film doesn't lie, stats do. Be aware. My focus in this 4-game episode is on Manuel. Certain media members have said the bill should move on, but I'm here to prove otherwise via film. Enjoy. On the first design pass of the game, it looks like wants to throw an out to Lee Smith, but Eric Pierce gets backed into and he's forced to scramble left before running out of bounds. 3rd and 4, more line problems. Eric Pierce fails to disengage off a double team, and Corey Lugic comes free, forcing to scramble into just a 1-yard gain. Next drive, 3rd and 9. Gets decent protection and fires it downfield to Marquise Goodwin. Defender makes a good play, but Bills get first down on illegal contact. shows good pocket presence here, rolling out to his right to get off a clean throw to Mike Williams for a 5-yard gain. Bills follow up with a play-action rollout designed for Scott Chandler in the flats. hits him in stride for a 4-yard gain. Later in the drive, more play-action rollouts, this one designed for a Robert Woods dump-off. Unfortunately, the defender stays with him. Bills call a screen for Robert Woods. Mike Williams can't finish his block, so Woods loses momentum and only gains 3 on the dive. 3rd and 6. Bills call a wheel route for Robert Woods. Defender takes his 5-yard bump a little too far, but no flag is called. 2nd quarter, screen to Spiller, who creates something out of nothing for 8 yards. I'm noticing a trend here in play calling. Designed short passes. Later at 2nd and 12, Eric Pierce loses ground on Kendall Reyes, and it looks like he might have tipped the throw intended for Sammy Watkins. 3rd and 12. Cordy Glenn struggles against the spin move, and is flushed out left. Craig Urbick takes a poor angle to block, so is forced to the sideline for a gain of 6. Next drive, it looks like a miscommunication on the route. Sammy Watkins comes to a halt instead of keeping his stride. 3rd and 6, a simple dump off to Fred Jackson with Scott Chandler creating space to run. Fred lays the boom at the end. Bills call play action. Craig Urbick loses leverage and a safety comes late. moves his feet and gets out of there and wisely dumps it off to Scott Chandler, who has an open field in front of him. It turns into a 37-yard gain. Next play is for Sammy Watkins deep. Chargers disguise their blitz, creating confusion. Steps up and awkwardly underthrows it. Last play before the half, Seantrell Henderson loses his man, forcing to check down to Fred Jackson before taking a hit. 3rd quarter, Scott Chandler finds a soft spot in coverage. connects for a 6-yard gain. Later in the drive, Craig Urbick pulls right, but whiffs on his block, forcing to scramble and eventually slide for a gain of 8. Robert Woods is facing off coverage and does an intermediate hitch. recognizes and fires it in for a 21-yard gain, only to be called back by offsetting penalties. gets sacked. Henderson and Spiller let their blocking assignments through, and has nowhere to go. 3rd and 14, gets a clean pocket to sit in. Robert Woods breaks free in a deep out, and hits his target. Play action designed underneath route for Robert Woods gets snuffed out by the edge setter. throws it away. Fred Jackson finds an open seam. hooks up for an 8-yard gain. Simple and easy. Bills call a screen, Fred Jackson sneaks out, Eric Pierce makes a key block, and Fred X won't be denied, cutting his way back for a score. Play action rollout dump to Watkins goes for a 3-yard gain. Corey Lugic gets flagged 15 yards for roughing the passer. throws a slightly high ball to Robert Woods on the out route. Just as he's about to come down with it, the defender jars it incomplete. 3rd and 5. Bills barely get started in their routes, and EJ's under pressure. Henderson and Pierce fail to communicate, leaving to go backwards until he goes down. Bills call screen for Spiller. Easy work for not fazed by a pass rusher in his face. Spiller follows his blockers and zigzags past Eric Wood for a 20-yard gain. Apparent timing and chemistry issues. throws it, and Woods doesn't see it until it's too late. throws it high in a 4-yard hitch to Spiller. Play is null, 5-yard penalty on Chargers. Linebacker comes in free. lets Jackson get to his spot and dumps it for a 6-yard gain. 4th and 3. Chargers send 6. Pressure in EJ's face forces a quick throw. Next drive. Bills call screen for Spiller. He takes it up the sideline for a 10-yard gain, but holding is called on Mike Williams. Goodwin goes underneath and the safety reads it. Pierce misses his block, so has to make a quick decision. Goodwin drops it. 2nd and 16, Mike Williams finds a soft spot in coverage. sees and fires for 6 yards. 3rd and 10, Cordy Glenn, Craig Urbick, and Seantrell Henderson all lose their blocking assignments. gets sacked. Next drive, Pierce and Henderson lose their guys, and takes a safety. Last drive, hits Sammy Watkins on target coming out of the cut, but Sammy can't hang on. finds a hole in coverage and responds with a strike to Scott Chandler for 21 yards on the seam route. More miscommunications between Henderson and Pierce. Defensive lineman reads check down and it falls incomplete. Bills call a screen for Fred Jackson. It goes for 16 yards. He follows his blockers, cuts upfield before going down. Chargers are in prevent defense. takes what is given and throws it to Chandler in the flats. He gains 6 and goes out of bounds. Chargers are still in prevent. dumps it to Fred Jackson for 12 yards. Hard to argue with results. More success. connects with Sammy Watkins for a 16-yard gain near the sideline. Cordy Glenn gets beaten outside and is flushed left. Fred Jackson is open in the flat, so he checks it down for 4 yards. waits in the pocket but takes off when he sees the coverage is trying to bait him. Instead of trying to gain more yards, he'll smartly go out of bounds. EJ jumps it to Fred Jackson. It hits his hands, but he can't hang on. Miscommunication between EJ and Mike Williams almost turns into an interception. Miscommunication between EJ and Robert Woods. Lack of effort running the route. Might be tired from the long drive. Last play of the game, EJ is flush left and fires it high toward the corner of the end zone, likely trying to avoid an interception being added to the stat column. Alright, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the analysis of EJ Manuel's third game. Hopefully you learned the importance of film study and that stats don't tell the whole story. It's a team game based on execution. QBs get too much credit for the win and too much blame for the loss. The Film Room Episode 1 EJ Manuel Game 4 will be posted soon.